Structure is not the skeleton beneath meaning. It is the web of relations that allows any meaning at all. It requires indifference to content. It requires indifference to content in order to perceive the hidden geometry of relations. Casualty becomes semi-cycle. Casualty becomes semi-cyclic. Casualty becomes semi-cyclic. The cause may return from its effect. A signal may fall back upon its origin. A thread may weave the same pattern from a different angle. Temporality becomes spiral rather than linear. Penelope unweaves each night, and she weaves each day. Persephone weaves the entire universe in a single tapestry, weaving models that unweave themselves as they become basis for new models. Time becomes a recursive loom. Time becomes a recursive loom. In Recorso, the temporal looping finds mythic resonance. Prometheus' liver regenerates, Atlas circles the sky, Mnemosyne births the muses anew each dawn. Sophia descends and ascends in infinite dialectic. Looping is the cosmic mode. A system becomes true not when it closes, but when it reopens. The recursive return is the only genuine verification. A method is not a tool, but a path. It does not precede walking. Its existence begins at the moment of setting foot. The method is inseparable from the drift that carries it forward. The reader enacts the method by performing the ritual of reading. In Recorso, the method becomes a cosmological operator that generates its own conditions. It generates its own conditions through its unfolding. Meta-method is the art of pursuing without knowing the destination. It is the gesture by which the traveler constructs their route while traveling. The goal is not clarity but motion, not system but circulation. To enter the labyrinth whose walls rearrange themselves as you move. To follow the instructions for entering that labyrinth. To become the labyrinth itself. Each axiom a new corridor. The meta-method collapses distance. It abolishes the vantage point for which one might evaluate method from the outside. The observer becomes embedded in the process like a sailor who learns the sea not by studying charts but by surviving storms. Every method is a temporary vessel. Every meta-method is a shipyard that constructs vessels for the wreckage of thought. The vessels sail, the shipyard rebuilds, the sea remains indifferent. Truth is not the summit of method but the wake it leaves behind. Truth is not the summit of method, but the wake it leaves behind. Noise is not the enemy of meaning, it is the medium from which meaning emerges. Noise is not the enemy of meaning, it is the medium from which meaning emerges. Every message rides on the sea of interference. To demand clarity is to ask the world to silence itself. The parasite is the first philosopher. It inserts itself into flows, disrupts channels, devours signals, and forces systems to reorganize around its interference. Every conceptual breakthrough begins as parasitism. Turbulence is the true form of knowledge. It folds order into disorder and disorder into new order. In a new order that could never have been predicted, straight lines are illusions, whirlpools are real. Straight lines are illusions, whirlpools are real. A system without noise is a dead system. Perfection is the vacuum in which nothing lives. The parasite keeps the organism alert. Noise keeps the signal awake. Epistemology builds on interference, refuses the fantasy of purity. It treats contamination as a primordial condition, mixture as the first principle, and interruption as the necessary condition for the new. The new complex. The more complex a system becomes, the more it depends on noise to sustain its complexity. Noise is the nutrient that nourishes dynamical growth. To understand is to surf turbulence, not to eliminate it. The network is the prefiguration of the dynamic model before such models existed. It is a loom for the weaving of complex structures. Each node a thread, each edge a tension, each fold a new iteration of the real. Every network is a temporal machine. Each connection carries a rhythm, each path a decay, a delay, a relay, each subgraph a pocket of local time drifting against global time. Networks do not exist in time, they generate it.